Alright, folks. Today, we're gonna see if the incantation can go to naneinf. Now, if you follow Balatro University, you would know very recently he has done or still is doing a run where he's trying to take familiar to naneinf. But the problem with familiar is that every familiar only gives you 2/3 of a king, basically. It only gives you a net gain of 2 cards, and each card has a 1 in 3 chance to be a king. That's about two-thirds of a king per card. So I thought, well, what if you used a Ouija? Problem in Doc's run was maybe you could say that it was too late to try to copy Ouijas. You would kind of just have to hope that the first Ouija was good enough. But here, we're still early. The run is still young. And this is a nice early incantation. Obviously, we've been using the brainstorm mod in order to uh, get these per KO seeds so that we can do this. Because Doc doesn't have time to do it, I don't have time to do it. So we're going to have this incantation here. We're going to keep one of our hermits. Because we still need to find... Take that Onk as well. We do still need to find... Fuck. Do still need to find Ouija at some point. Preferably soon. Guess we can put a chariot on a king. We'll get the crystal ball in a minute. Incantation is the idea there. We do have the swashbuckler and gift card sort of thing going on, so maybe we don't necessarily need too much in terms of point scoring, but also our jokers aren't being used for as much economy as they can be, although the gift card is kind of in an interesting position where it's doing both. Could stone. To get justice, I think we're just gonna go stone for now. I could get golden jokers, maybe that's not enough economy when I have clown. Maybe clown is worse now that... That was bad. Maybe clown is worse now that I have the reroll voucher. This Onk I feel comfortable selling. Maybe I wait until the end of the round to get the per KO value off of it. Unfortunately, my deck doesn't have a whole lot of ways to get value, so it's kind of just win. Alright, now I'm comfortable onking it. Mail in rebate. There we go. Finally got a way to get some value off my deck. I do have to take the voucher here now. So maybe I can start using a hermit. We are discarding 8s, so I guess I'll hang an ace. Still leveling up Pluto. Alright, Crystal Ball will make things easier. That means we can hoard more spectral cards while looking for the correct spectral card. Maybe I should have hung on to that. Maybe I should have hung on to that. Oh shoot. I didn't read the boss blind. Okay, the facade is gone. I'm not good at the game, okay? You're not watching a doc stream, you're not watching a doc video, you're not watching a Balatro University presentation. You're watching a Let Minecraft Go video. You're not gonna get the same level of quality. Aces, that's kind of stinky. We've killed an ace previously. No blueprint yet, but you can't really expect that from me. Faceless Joker is also interesting. Maybe that's better than the rebate, maybe that's better than the juggler. Hermit, definitely worth. Death. Don't really have any good cards for Death. Maybe I copy the Gold Seal. Get back our Pluto level. Honk again, but Honk isn't the worst. Just my Gold Seal. We do want to throw away some hands for... Looks like we're only gonna get to throw away 2 hands. So we do want to discard aces. If we can get 2 aces, I'd be happy. 3 would be ecstatic. Not 3, it looks like. Okay. And then sell the Ankh. $8. Bloodstone is interesting, but that's not really where I think the run needs to go. Great, now that we have Mars, Egg is interesting. Obviously not many of these are going to be my final jokers, so the gift card isn't giving nearly as much value as it could. But it is making the swash better, but also would the egg make the swash better? I also completely forgot about Faceless Joker that time. So, you're beginning to see, oh wait, maybe I'm not watching a good player. But also, just all of those are... You'd get more money from playing those cards instead of discarding them. I'd killed 2 of my 3s. I was wondering why I wasn't drawing them. Okay. That's a lot of lucky card triggers. Alright, we're making some bank now. Sock and Buskin. Definitely better than Faceless in the short term. Maybe I should have rerolled for Taros, maybe I should have rerolled for Planets. I do still need to hit the Ouija at some point. All face cards are drawn face down. Maybe that's a little scary. Maybe that means that I'm less... Alright. Pretty decent, pretty decent. Pareidolia probably isn't actually too much to play. Magic Trick, I think it's a little late for... Not late, just it's bad. What am I talking about? Could pick up a Baron. Baron actually isn't too great right now, but... I mean... It's something. You're discarding queens at the moment. If we have a Baron, I think we take a... gold card. That's a king. You know, I don't actually have any copy effects right now, so maybe the Baron just isn't even all that great. And it appears not to be all that great. Did not pick up the gold card. That's a little sad. Maybe it's too risky to not play a high card here. Okay, the Baron is definitely doing some work. The Bonkler's doing some work. This Talisman can be thrown out. Okay. Do some hanging. Seance is not really the play. Aura. Pick that up. Trading card is alright. Do I still need the gift card? Maybe no. Maybe get the trading card in here. That makes my Bonkler worse, but I think we might be okay. Right, so... Onk. A little unfortunate. If you get an Onk early enough, I suppose you could get 2 of the per KO. But that's not something I've been considering doing. That wins, doesn't it? Little unfortunate. Could get a cola. I don't think I can take a cola right now. Maybe I can. But I just don't think I have enough kings. I don't think I have the right kings. I don't think I have a blueprint. And it appears that I'm right on at least that part. Cryptid. I take instead of the incantation. That's only temporary. I'm taking all these spectrals so that I have a much greater chance at hitting Ouija whenever I get a spectral card. That aura being negative is pretty large. That means I can do something like this. It's chips, but I don't mind all that much. We need to be discarding jacks. There is a question with when you're this early, whether you stack the trading card and mail-in rebate. Like there, I could have deleted the jack. I think maybe the jack is too big of a card to want to delete, but maybe there are other cards you do want to delete. Didn't read the boss blind. Maybe I should have. That isn't really what I wanted or expected. Stone? No stone. That was my red steel seal. I would have liked to have cryptided that, but not necessary. Reroll what? I could do it now. I think I might. It's a little unfortunate. It doesn't protect me in the future, but I think for terms of scoring, we're very weak right now. But maybe this allows me to get out of the swashbuckler. I don't have a whole lot of gold cards, so maybe golden ticket is not worth it here. Incantation, I think we keep. Okay, maybe now we double stack on the rebate. Now discarding kings, that's a little spooky. Never mind. The mime. I don't need the bonkler anymore. That means my temperances are not the best right now. Could take hologram, that wouldn't be the worst, but I don't think we need it. Could take a blue seal. Maybe it's too late for a blue seal. Maybe it's not too late for a purple seal. Reroll one more time. Another incantation. That one's a little spooky. Okay, we have the Baron and the Mime. No blueprint and no brainstorm yet. Those are very unfortunate. Welcome back, Swashbuckler. He's saying hello. Could get some reserved parking in here, but I don't think that's what we want. Okay, I think I have to start selling incantations. Blank. It's pretty good. Not even a rare. Deja Vu. That's a good card right there. Onk, isn't it? I think we put the Deja Vu on the gold card. Round 18 and no blueprint, no brainstorm. Maybe you shouldn't be continuing this sort of a run. Maybe I should have been out of the door a long time ago. I mean, as you can see very clearly, we don't have all the pieces we need. See, maybe this is something about doing a cryptid run. It would be much, much easier to just... I already had like 3 cryptids this run. Maybe it's way easier to go, okay, give me the cryptid. And then you just start copying the cryptid. Maybe you can afford for there to be a large drought of other things for a while. But maybe in this sort of a situation, harder to start copying the incantations without a Ouija harder to get both of those elements at the same time. Sixth Sense probably is still not worth it. Deja Vu is better than that, though. Steel. This one's a little spooky. No gold cards. Hurts a little bit. We're on queens. Still looking for blueprints, looking for a brainstorm. Still not worth it. Hermit. Temperance, maybe a little bit worse than it was earlier. Okay, cryptid. We're definitely supposed to... No! I'm winning too fast. I was about to say we're definitely supposed to cryptid that gold red seal. This one. Now we have that. Do we death or do we hermit? I think we hermit. Listen, I need to be getting the correct jokers here, and I need to be getting them soon. Maybe Mary Andy is takeable here. Maybe I have... Let's, look in the collection. There's 18 spectral cards. And currently I have 10 of them, if you don't count my 2 duplicate incantations. So, bummer. Take a blue seal, I guess. Not that I have any space for it, but I didn't mean to click that button. Yeah. Okay, this is kind of why I was holding on, because the second you get this brainstorm, things change. Now, if I use this ectoplasm and it hits the rebate, it's over. Okay, it's not over then. Take the $1 maker. See, this is why I do what I do. It's all for the fans. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a run. Maybe I should be using these. Maybe I don't particularly care about most of them, other than this cryptid. Maybe that deja vu is fine. But now the issue is I need about 30 of these Ouijas before I can do anything. But the run did explode like I was hoping for it to. Maybe you're not supposed to hope for a run to explode this late into the run. Okay, that might be too many incantations. Oh hey, look, it's the plant. That's so stupid. Oh my god. Wow, that is fucking funny. Jeez. How do you even get to be that funny? I didn't even use things I was supposed to use. Just get him out of here. We, golden ticket's interesting, but... See, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. I can't take this because I need to get Luchador. Like, basically need to get Luchador if I want to continue playing the game. Luckily, these blueprints brainstorms with the rebate make it a little bit easier to get the money. Maybe I'm supposed to try to somehow fashion 220,000 points out of nowhere with no levels in any other hand than Pluto. Maybe these incantations will help. Not copying nearly enough Ouijas. This is where I can confidently say, okay, this run isn't good enough. It's a very sad point in time to say that. I shouldn't have discarded that gold card. The plant. No reroll voucher, no. Well, we gotta spend all of our money here open for the Luchador, and if not, I mean, maybe it's not over, but realistically, we only get about two... Wait, no. Each of these has 3/8 of a steel card, then we have 10 of them. That's about... It's about 4 steel cards. This will help. Cryptid genuinely could help. Maybe this is what I was supposed to be saving the red seal for. Alright, let's see if I can survive. Okay, probably want to discard all my good kings first. It smashed my glass. Okay, so then... Start by rank. Where do we have glass? We have a glass queen. We have 2 glass 6s. So, what I could do is retrigger the mime and then put our 2s in. And then do 4 of a kind, 5 of a kind. Just barely can't do flush 5, but that's alright. Wow, I didn't need nearly this much. Well, that was kind of a mistake. Now our deck sucks again. All that work I did, and now we have so many cards. It's fine, we can roll Immolate. Hi, Even Steven. Right, now we're starting to get into the correct picture. The only problem is we now have 79 cards in our deck, which means I don't think we get to be very selective with whether we have kings or not. Okay, now that we have the castle, it's gonna annoy me to no end. Okay, high card is still working. We are still getting money. Alright, let's see. We kinda have to take any king we see. We would like to see an Immolate here. Golden ticket's not too bad, but don't think we can take it. Maybe the mail-in rebate sucks, too bad anyway. Erosion? That's too many Ouijas. Or maybe it's not, who knows. Okay, lots of money, lots of money. Still need some incantations. I think I do need to sell another Ouija. We need to have about 40 incantations and 30 Ouijas was the amount that I decided on semi-arbitrarily. There's Immolate. I would love to copy Immolate right now, so we're gonna keep that in our roster. Got the correct things, so I guess no copying Immolate. Okay, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. We'll play the high card. Justice is okay. Okay, we smashed. Okay, so that, to the untrained eye, it might seem that that immolate didn't actually do a whole lot, and that's because, well, it didn't do a whole lot. Wraith, it's too late for Wraith to be good, which implies that Wraith is normally okay. Okay, Cryptid might be a little bit necessary for temporary deck fixing. Devil. Okay. Smash. No smash. Alright, what are we looking at? A few more Ouijas than Incantations. I think I can afford to sell one. Could take a free roll. Ticket is interesting, but like, it is far too late for the golden ticket to be correct. This is probably the dumbest deck I've ever had. Can't take a trance. Okay, Incantation, Incantation, Incantation. Perfect. Start hanging. Smash purple? No smash. We are running out of time to start to do these improper mime copies. DNA. Now that's a little bit funny, but I do not think DNA is the correct choice in this build. I think we need to decrease the amount of cards we have, not increase it. Don't think an ectoplasm was viable there. Mary Andy could be okay, but strength, I have enough queens, that would be good, but Ouija, Incantation, Incantation. Let's stack these up. This is a little bit spooky. Yeah. Am I just dead here? It might be. Okay, let's actually copy properly. There we go. Now we can afford to invisible Joker. That is how the run keeps going, I think. Although, right now it is a little intimidating. These boss blinds, especially that wall there, very intimidating. Okay. Ouijas and Incantations. There's no longer any point to discarding kings. We're just looking for something to smash. Okay, so if we keep drawing like that, we can get to the wall. The problem is I have too many cards to consistently draw like that. It's very difficult to draw that way multiple times in a row when you don't have consistency. Cryptid helps a lot. Can make more kings. Do I take a normal king? I don't think I can. Take a chariot, though. No, actually, no chariot. Take the 6, because we can still smash. Get me some more gold card. Smash. No smash. Got our first E, though. Alright, Castle, thank you for being terrible. Goodbye. That's not optimal. I don't think I can take the rebate with how bad my deck is right now. Again, I can't be this greedy. I would love to be this greedy, but I can't. Three incantations is a little spooky. $69. Director's cuts. I genuinely think right now that cutting 2 8s is worth the world. Take a medium, I guess. Got some Ouijas this time, very nice. We're sitting at currently a 50% chance to get a king out of these Ouijas, I believe. Close to that, at least. Get me a purple king. Purple queen gives the hanged man, that's huge. Tower is also pretty large, but not quite yet. You have 19 kings, that's so bad. Welcome back, Castle. How did that even happen? I'm not complaining, but holy shit. No smash. Smash! Huge. Am I allowed to take that? Probably not. That gives me not Hmm. First hand is drawn face down. Kinda just have to accept that. I didn't re-trigger the mime, and I still won. Interesting. Reserve parking. Think I need to take the hieroglyph immediately. What's the blind? Not anything that matters. Ooh, Ouija. Nice, nice. You know, we're still waiting on that second Joker slot. This golden ticket keeps showing up and tempting me, but I don't think I can take it. Hey, Ouija is doing pretty good. Sure. I'm probably deleting this card later, but perfect. Alright, I could probably stop worrying too much about the Ouijas and Incantations of the world. Okay, I think I start needing to get stealing right about now. It's actually is not lost on me how insane the fact that this run has gone anywhere is. Like, this run should be dead in a ditch. And it isn't, which I think is unfair. Hanged Man is nice. Dude. Okay, I actually don't want this many Ouijas. I don't think. Okay. We are barely holding on. And I do not think that it's going to naneinf, but I think that this combination is definitely going to be interesting. Question is ecto, and the answer is no, I don't think. So we could take it, but like, using it kills us. But maybe later it won't. Okay, finally getting some more incantations. Smash? No smash. Smash? No smash. Smash? No smash. And that one couldn't have smashed, but you know what I mean. See, this is the kind of hand I'm scared of drawing. We're back down to the normal number of playing cards, which, considering where we were a second ago, is a fucking achievement. Even on Ghost deck, we came back from something terrifying. You are in the exact worst position for a showman to be. I'm sorry. No repeat hand types this round. Maybe that's a little scary. Maybe, if you're a little baby, that's a little bit scary, a little bit spooky. Spooky bedtime story to tell your kid. Alright. I don't know if we survive the next round. Well, now I know that we do. Hanged Man. Again, DNA is funny. Maybe that's not too bad anymore because of the extra hand size it gives me. Like, obviously, once we get to the point where we're doing this, this is better, but I think DNA is good enough. Okay. That means we don't need the death. Spade cards are debuffed. My spades are the purple seals. Okay, we definitely have... We've sanitized our deck a bit from where we started. 31 incantations. That's a lot. Maybe just enough to get an interesting score with, and no more and no less. Okay, that helps. Okay, medium. Let's put a medium on a non-spade. Put it over here. Chariot. Magician. World. Alright, so turn you into you, make more of you, and then perfect. Lunchador doesn't matter. I'm gonna have to pause for a second. Okay, we are back. So, you can pick the boss blind. None of these. This is actually pretty much just the hand I want, except for these two. Strength isn't important. Okay. We could be making gold. I think we can afford to make gold this one time. $90. Okay, we actually have quite a bit of leeway. Maybe the ectoplasm isn't as devastating as I figured it would be. So if I see like an invisible joker or a showman, maybe we can pivot, or try to pivot. For now, it's probably not the play, though. So. Still using a lot of death. Give me more... this. $105. Maybe the play is to save money until we can... until we get a showman, so that we can re-roll into something. Immolate is pretty dang good. More incantations is what you love to see. So now the idea is to throw away as many of our kings as possible. This is good enough. Alright, now we have 35 kings in our full deck. This is beginning to look a lot better. This deck looks way better than it used to. Which, you know, maybe speaks to... Fucking hell. I was about to say, maybe that just speaks to my skills as a Balatro player. Maybe this entire video is just me proving myself. I say as I mess up switching the blueprint and the Baron. See, the Diet Cola would be nice if we get the... If we can get the, antimatter, then this run goes a lot further. That's just basic math, but also there's no skip tag in the future. There's no guarantee there ever will be one, and we give up 2 hand size in order to do it. That's basically the same thing as an ectoplasm. I cannot afford that. More incantations is what we want. Hook is basically -2 hand size. Oh. That's gonna be worse, actually. Spin the wheel. Yeah, it's, goodbye money. It was nice having money. That, probably means... I just... no, I still have a little bit of juice in the tank. $90. Alright, we're back. Just lost $300. No biggie. Still no good vouchers, unfortunately. Big cryptid, though, that could mean a little bit more money. Okay, we're definitely in the range of something good. Random Joker disabled every hand is a little scary. Maybe I save my cryptid for that. Maybe save the death for that as well. Shoot. I don't get to save it. Okay, we're definitely gonna need to get a lot of steel in hand for this one. Unfortunately, I cannot take this rebate. It's just not the right time in the run for it. Bean. Well, now hold on a second. I don't mean to derail what's been going on, but I did happen to catch a glance at the boss blind. And I think that Bean is actually going to turn out to be a little better for us this time. Just a hunch. So that's a little bit brutal. You know what? I don't have morals. So now something you will notice, I don't think this video is very approachable. Whatever, man. Who cares? Like, what is actually happening in this video? Does anybody know? Can we figure it out? Okay, I think we have to stop fucking around now, though. We can't really afford to just die for no reason. Anyways, we now have a permanent +5 hand size. Which means maybe we can use the ectoplasm. Jesus Christ. That means I don't technically need the bean anymore. Cryptid. Now that is a great reason to start switching over. I'd still like to get another Jonkler, but maybe that's too much to ask. More incantations. Waiter, more incantations. This... 39 kings. With 39 kings, I think it's definitely reasonable to play... Yeah, $120 a hand. I think it's definitely reasonable to play a couple of those hands. You know, maybe one or two. Judgment could give me a Jonkler. Not a good one, but it could definitely give me one. Okay, put you just in the middle here, and then play this. Okay, that gave us a lot of money. It also almost lost, so... we don't actually have all that much time. And if I would like to continue going, I would need... Well, that helps. But I think we're gonna need a little bit more of immediate action. Now that is interesting, but I don't think I take it. Okay. We're at the point where we have a 90% chance to get a king from our Ouijas. Also, $530 in these incantations. That's interesting. Right. Here. Alright, let's go for 2 hands with these. Actually, I think it's better to do this. 28. Okay, so I actually am way better if I copy correctly. Like, not an idiot. So, we actually do have a little bit of time. Do I want to re-roll the I probably do. I would get a lot of money out of a more beneficial boss blind. No overstock over this long of a period is kind of fucking brutal. Three Ouijas? No. It's okay. Alright, let's... That's actually legitimately scary. I only have 2 hearts. Get back. $72 rune skis. Okay. Stop being so apprehensive. Stone. Okay, $30. Not bad, not bad. Okay, we are running towards the point where I don't feel... Yeah, no, I can't do that anymore, so I think... Either we find a joker that does something for point scoring, like another DNA, or... That does something for our point scoring. The only problem is, in order for it to be enough, we have to get rid of the ticket. That's fine. The longer we have to get that incantation, the bigger our final score will be, which means the cooler our final score will be. Okay, 31? It's enough to beat this boss. I'm not unaware that we could extend our run if we put all of our money back into rolling for the serpent, although I personally don't feel that that's necessary. Negative cryptid here is a little bit not really what I was hoping for. That does allow me to make, let's say that allows me to make a little bit more money here. I can use this cryptid here, and then we get a little bit more money. $180. Could reroll into the serpent. I don't think that's the idea yet. Maybe next ante I reroll. If I get a good enough Joker, that makes sense, but like, I don't think I have a single, like, without a showman, I don't actually think there's a single Joker that makes a difference. And I only saw one showman this run, and it came at the worst possible time. This would have been pretty cool, but no. Alright, let's just sell it. Do I keep a cryptid? Well, I would need a cryptid to win this, I think, so we'll keep it. Okay, we're basically guaranteed to hit a king with our Ouija. Do we reroll? I think we can reroll. That's better enough. Alright, I think the time has come. We cryptid here. Perfect. Alright, we have... We did it! Okay, use cryptid in here again. So now we're looking for a showman in order to get another blueprint brainstorm. We're looking for, I guess, Bean again for some reason. Alright. I think this is it. I think this has to be it. We couldn't get another Joker in time, which is unfortunate. So, we didn't have a whole lot of blueprints and brainstorms. We didn't have a whole lot of runs. But we do get a lot of hand size. We did take a short detour in order to do some funny we did Crimson Bean for a second. That was very interesting. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit sad. Okay, so Immolate definitely isn't the play. I'd feel bad about using a cryptid, but I'll wait. Alright, let's start incanting. If I do this, that does work. I can use it from there directly. Okay, every one so far has deleted one of my kings. Okay, there we go. Okay, in total, we're gonna have 194 kings in hand, hopefully. Okay, so unfortunately we can't actually disable the animation for this, so I am just gonna have to do this however many times it takes. Okay, this is a little bit annoying. Let's see. Let's see what I have. Game speed, set that to 16. Does that do this? It does. So close. It's fine. It is ridiculously unlikely that we won't see any kings. Alright, we've hit above and below. I guess it would make sense for us to properly position our jokers. Although, if you consider that most of these kings are just going to be kings, then that's basically one mime. So actually, it would be better to split them among the here, because then you would get 2 triggers on this, plus the 1/8 steal, and then 3 triggers on this, so that would be that would add up to be correct, I think. I always do the math a little bit wrong. Queens again. Okay, so we didn't need 30 of our Ouijas. Sell them. Alright, now we select a glass card, put that up front. And it wasn't up front. Okay. So... if most of our kings look like this, then in order to balance, you would need... so we have 1 Baron, 2 Baron, 1 trigger, 2 trigger, 3 trigger, and then you have 1 additional 8, so that's... I think this is balanced, if you don't account for the couple of red seals that we have. So... let's go to options, let's go into here, let's not remove animations. Technically you could do the math here and see, do you get naneinf? I don't think you do. I just don't believe it. I think I would need to have more blueprints, more brainstorms, or just more cards. I think this isn't going to be naneinf, but it's a nice proof of concept run that if things go better for you, like if you can get, I don't know, a single good thing to happen before ante-8, then this can definitely do it for you. I wasn't that lucky. I didn't want to reroll to be that lucky. I'm a little bit lazy in that regard. I also didn't reroll in the end to get this serpent here. I didn't hit that. That could have been an additional couple of cards. Didn't get a burglar with that. That could have been even more cards. You know, I probably should be talking about all this, like, after I start the machine going. Because really, this is gonna take a while. So, you know, maybe this could have been done much, much better. And I do not think that this is going to naneinf. Maybe we'll get halfway there. Maybe we'll get to 150. I know it's not like halfway, but in a sense it's halfway. Okay, I think the numbers under there are above 100, U100 there. The other thing about this run is that technically you could just miss on the Ouijas. It could just never hit. It's any run that requires you to juggle 2 different spectral things that you're copying with per KO is going to be a little bit more difficult than just using cryptids. I think with cryptids we might have nanemped here. 230, that is devastatingly close. Yeah. But I think this proves my point that it's definitely doable. I think a little bit better of a run would have nanemped here. So yeah, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.